is once you start that, we're going to be like Congress. And we give ourselves a raise, and after a while, we've got a legislature that's being paid, we start out, how much is enough? What you will find is we start out with $30,000 and just saying, we can't make a living at $30,000. So can you make a living at $50,000? Can you make a living at $70,000? Well, I doubt seriously. It's happening in Congress. Look at the salaries that they imposed on themselves.
We're not getting a good cross-section of representation in the House and in the Senate because of the fact that we don't get a salary. And I don't know what would be one that could be considered, but we need to be able to make it available to younger people that can leave their work and come over here and do some work. So I think it's making it like it is now, nonprofit, is kind of counterproductive.
I don't know that I think some of the other states that have full-time legislatures necessarily do a better job than we do.
It won't happen while I'm in the legislature, but I do believe we're moving in that direction where that's going to happen someday. Now, the biggest thing that needs to happen when you look at a citizen legislature, you can't deprive them of a way to make their livelihood, but when you surface that issue, you cannot believe the number of perceived conflicts that happen when you have a part-time legislature where they're taking action, voting on statewide issues that certainly impact their individual vocations.
But I saw that the states that were in the worst financial shape had the longest serving and highest paid legislature. So I think that the fact that we are a volunteer citizen legislature helps the state of New Mexico. Least amount of time we're here, the least damage we can do to the taxpayer.
If I had my choice, I'd rather keep it a citizen legislature, but maybe provide one full-time staff for us legislators, because everything we do is basically on our own nickel. I get calls from other legislators and they want to know some things about a bill, and then I'll get a call a couple of days later, I haven't heard from you, what's going on? And I said, well, and they thought I was the staff. And I informed them, no, I'm the legislator, we don't have a staff. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize that.
The idea and the spirit of a citizen legislature is very good. I think if you look at the 112 members, very few of those individuals actually are working. Most of them are either retired or have some other situation. It's very hard to maintain a full-time position and be in the legislature, and I think that if it were a part-time legislature with a part-time salary, then that would clarify a lot of the issues that are gray.
I'm willing and knew that going into this, that was part of the process. So I prefer to stay as a citizen legislator and to serve my constituents, even though there is a cost to me. It's difficult, but I think in the end we do a better job serving our constituents when we do that.
I like the citizen legislator approach. I think it's fine. I think it serves the state well. What I would like to see is some way to allow for us to have staff. The staff piece, I think, is more important to the constituents we serve than to us. And a little kind of example, right after I got the job, I got a call from one of my constituents who said, Senator, you need to have your staff do a better job of telling you to return phone messages. And I said, ma'am, my staff is my wife opening the back screen door of the house and yelling, Clint, check your archived messages.